Aarstiderne is an organic farm delivering meal boxes of fresh fruit and vegetables to around 40,000 families in Denmark and Sweden. In part 1 of this video series, we meet Juliana and Philip from Aarstiderne to hear how the Podio app they created helps them keep the content of their meal boxes aligned with the recipes their chefs create.
The thing about meal boxes is that when we send out a meal box to a family, they count on the fact that they don't have to go out shopping. And they count on the fact that when they buy a meal box, they have everything they need to make a delicious, healthy meal for their family. And so this is why it's extremely important that the recipes that are in the meal box and the ingredient lists that are in the meal box and the actual content of it corresponds very well. And we had some problems, we had some issues with this.
Normally that there could be some, for instance, a quality issue with a certain vegetables. And when we are experiencing that, we need to put something else in and change the recipes in the newsletter and so on. So from time to time we need a lot of people to react in a very short time period, and typically on the weekends.
And beforehand this has been done over email, and we had emailed each other and you need to do this, and then one email was sent to several people and several people did something about it, and then it ended up being worse than it was before. So we really needed a solution where we had everything in one place, and we had an overview of what needed to be done, what had been done, and where we were in that process. And so the app that we created does just that.
So we have moved away from one-to-one email communication and small SMS messages to different peoples in the weekend, and put all these things in the Podio. Then you will get a push message, and now there is a change in the meal box, and you are actually expected to do something. And you will update when you have done what you should do. You will update it on Podio from your mobile phone, for instance, and then the other people in the organization can say, now this has been done and I can move on with my job actually.
We have quite a lot of people involved in this process. We have the chefs who are actually writing the recipes. I look at the recipes, I edit them, I make sure that they're up to speed on what's actually in the boxes. And then we have all these people who are actually packing the meal boxes and sending them out. So we have quite a lot of people involved, and this is why it's really important that everyone has the same overview, and this is what the Podio app has given us.
So now we could bring it up to meetings and see we were solving these 10 problems last week. Are there anything special we can do to make sure that this will not happen again? And so it is a way also to make the problem-solving process very accessible to the whole organization and to the management of the organization, so that you actually know what we are putting our efforts into, and how many times we are experiencing a problem in a different area.
Tune in for part 2 when Juliana, Philip and Aarstiderne's HR manager Jakob show us how Podio helps them bring their team together to manage projects across locations.